Ever wonder what it's like working alongside huge Hollywood names like Kevin Hart or The Rock? Well, don't worry, actor Mason Guccione is here to tell us all about it. You don't want to miss it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, AfterBuzzers, and welcome to another mini spotlight where we shine a light on all the rising stars in TV, music, and film. I'm your host, Morgan Willett. You can find me on Twitter at Morgan_Willett. And I have a fellow Texan here with me. I'm so excited to talk. I have Mason Guccione here. How are you doing, Mason?
I'm doing good. Glad to be in LA, honestly.
You know, it's a lot less humid.
And cold, honestly.
And it's warmer here,
yeah,
so.
20 degrees right before I left.
See? Welcome to LA. All right, well, let's talk Jumanji. I know it just came out in theaters, and you have a role in it.
Yes, I do.
All right, so tell me about your role, how that came about.
So I was actually at my agency shooting for another audition, and right before I left, my agent goes, hey, we need you to tape this, and it's doing like 15 minutes. I was like, oh.
No pressure.
Okay, sure. So I ended up finding out it was Jumanji, and I was like, all right, let's do this. I love the old original 95 film, Robin Williams, and it was just so fun. So I shot it, drove back home in 30 minutes, get a phone call, and find out that I booked it, like right off the bat.
So this is all within 2 hours?
One, honestly.
Oh, okay.
One, yeah.
Good day for you.
So, and we ended up shooting in Atlanta. It was actually like the last day of shooting. So I play young Alex, who is basically the young Nick Jonas when I get sucked into the board game. Yeah.
So, do you met Nick Jonas, obviously?
Unfortunately, no. Most of the cast that were in the game were shooting in Hawaii. So,
oh, okay. So
yeah, the scenes with the kids, like the young kids and everything else, we all shot in Atlanta. So,
okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, I mean, Jumanji's such a huge movie. Like, I grew up watching it. It was one of my favorite movies. So, I mean, how did you feel knowing that you're going to be in such an iconic movie?
You know, at first, it was more the fact, like, I'm in the film that I grew up on, that gave me my creativity and my imagination. So that alone was just a big moment. And, like, it didn't hit me until it finally came out. It was just like, oh, it was supposed to come out in the summer, actually, but they postponed it to December. Yeah, so it was going and going. I was just living my life, and then next thing you know,
it's casual?
Yeah, super casual.
So did you have like a giant watch party, like your family and friends all watch it?
Yeah, we had a group of like 30 people. My mom invited everyone I knew and stuff like that, and we went to the theaters and watched it. It was fun. It was a good experience.
That's so fun.
Very anxious though.
Yeah,
watching.
Well, how was it like? I have to ask, like, how was it seeing yourself on a massive TV screen?
Sweaty.
Okay.
No, I'm like my own worst critic, of course, as everyone is.
I feel you.
So, I was just sitting there and I had my hands like this. I was like, oh God, please don't look dumb, you know. And I loved it. I was very proud of it, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So
I'm gonna have to go see that one.
Yes.
It's on my list, and now I can watch it and say I know him.
Exactly. You gotta go see it.
I will. It's on my list. So I know The Rock is in it.
Yeah.
Did you get to hang with him?
I got to. Well, I got to meet, who was it? Who was it? Jack Black. He was there. I think he was shooting something in Atlanta, so I got to meet him. But other than that, and then I got to meet Alex, Wolf, and the kids and stuff, so we had like the last scene. So those really were the only people I got to meet.
I mean, I'm sure that with a bunch of kids, it had to be so much fun.
Oh, it was really fun.
I can only imagine what y'all did. Any crazy stories from set?
Well...
Is everyone well behaved?
Yeah, very well behaved. You know, just here, boom, working, done, finished. It was very serious. You know, it was the final day, so everyone was just ready.
I'm sure they were ready to wrap up the film.
You can be funny, but can we at least get this take, please?
Everyone's like, we want to go home and sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Jumanji, Kevin Hart is also in Jumanji. I saw on Instagram a fun selfie of you and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
What's the backstory behind that?
Yeah, so I auditioned for this movie. It was his first actual written movie as well, so I'm really, really proud of him for that too. And it's called Night School, and him and a couple of his buddies go back to high school to get their GEDs, so they end up attending night school. And I play a character named Gilbert, who is the bodyguard of my older brother, who, by the way, I'm adopted.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's really it's crazy.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Now I'm very intrigued by this.
So my big brother is a pharmaceutical drug dealer, not a drug dealer. Only pharmaceutical.
Okay, so only the legal.
Oh yeah, only pharmaceutical meds that are hard to get. So basically, he thinks he has ADHD and he needs ADHD medication, and he finds out about my brother, and I just give him a really hard time. You know what I mean? So it's really funny, and
So you playing like a bodyguard? Are you like kind of big and bad in this?
Yeah, it's funny, you know, because like I'm really small statured, and even though Kevin is, you know, shorter than me, but he's a lot bulkier than me, so it's like it's a really fun contrast, and what we were improvising was just, it was so fun. It's just, there's so much going on. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I can't imagine what it's like being on set with Kevin Hart.
Oh, it is a trip, honestly. He's a wild child, but he's super amazing to work with, very humble, and such a nice person. It was very easy to work with him. So
I mean the movie sounds a little more serious toned, I'm assuming. It's not a comedy.
Oh, it definitely is.
Oh,
it's a hardcore comedy.
Here
It's
I am. I like saw the word.
You got Rob Riggle. I mean,
I heard the word
Rodney
documentary in night school. I was like, okay, like maybe Kevin Hart is being a little more serious. So it is fully Kevin being Kevin.
Yeah, it's Kevin being Kevin. It's super funny. It's hardcore comedy. Like
Oh, this is on the top of my list now.
Yes, it's seriously, like, I can't wait. I'm so proud of him, especially for his first, you know, written film. So.
I mean, does he pull any prank? I just feel like on set he would just be pranking everyone all the time.
Yeah, he does. He's a roaster. All right.
Did he roast you?
He roasted me so bad. We did a take where we were just kind of going off and we were just doing our own thing and improvising, and he roasted me so bad, and I didn't know what to say. I wasn't ready for it, and I was just sitting there trying not to laugh. Of course, thank God I was off camera when we were shooting, you know, the shots when it was happening. So, it was so funny. He's good. He's really good on the top.
Is there video footage of this roast?
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to maybe Instagram that, because I know everyone's really curious now. But we'll get to that. We'll get there eventually. All right, so on let's change from comedy. I know you're also in a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
The Neighbors.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that. That's so different from being in, say, like Jumanji's action, Night School's comedy, now horror.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So, I was going back to Houston for the holidays, and I auditioned for it. I ended up booking it, but the real funny thing about this whole situation that happened was I went to my haircut lady in Houston that I always went to, and I told her to trim up my sides, and I used to get like an undercut, so, you know, they would shave all of my sides off, like to where like you can see my scalp, and I had really long hair at the time, and that was one of the big turning points that I got hired for, was like the hair looked really good for who I played. And so when I went in, she was like, yeah, okay, yeah, just trim, and I mean, she does
oh no.
and she did, and I was like, oh God. And so she just kept cutting, but I was like, I think it's gonna be fine. And so I almost ended up losing the job. Close.
You couldn't get like extensions, a wig?
Oh no, that's the funny thing. I did. I went to the store and I bought extensions. I was like, look, I can fade, like it still looks fine. You can just, and I had this little you know the spray, the black spray for people who have hair loss. I used that and I sprayed it in my sides, and I was like, wow, how did it grow so fast, you know? And so they had no idea.
Don't worry about it.
So I ended up getting hired again. So, and then I ended up going to shoot in that, and oh my God, it was so.
So what's your character in that movie?
So my character, he, so the idea is that the neighbor, he kidnaps like rich kids and uses them to, you know, make money and hold them as hostage. And so when Josh Stewart his girlfriend gets caught and captured, he has to go save her, and he ends up finding me and my friend Melissa trapped in a cage, all bloodied up.
Oh.
And apparently I tried to run away, so my Achilles heel was snipped, so I couldn't run.
Nope.
Yeah. So eventually I take a bullet to the throat, almost leaving. Yeah, I was this close to escape.
You don't make it out of the movie. Sorry to ruin it for you.
Sorry to ruin it for you guys, but
I'm very curious how that works, though. I've always wondered horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Oh yes.
How does that work?
So they have
I'm
this
curious.
like generator-looking thing on the floor, and it has a bunch of fake blood in it, and it has a long tube with latex on it, and they latex it to your throat right here, so you can't even see it. And basically, the idea is they go boom, and you have to react, and they'll turn the machine on and it'll squirt the blood out. So I got a little too into it, and
I'm like, you're a dude, you would like this.
So he was like, boom, and I tripped, and I fell forward. There's a certain way because of like pads and stuff, and stunt coordinator. I didn't do that. It was just in the moment, and that's like how my body felt forced, and I tripped over the blood thing on the tube, and it just looked like it splattered everywhere. It looked great.
Oh,
it was like perfect.
So
it looked super realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it ended up, but so basically it's just a fake latex thing here, and then
the things I'm learning about horror films. So, I mean, being on a horror film, I have to ask, everyone's acting, it's fake, but do you ever get in the moment and get actually scared?
Yeah, I mean, when we shot in a little this studio, and I just sat in the cage for as long as I could, just to kind of see what it's like to be so concealed and not be able to like move. You're just stuck. You know what I mean? It's just, and like I'm not claustrophobic, but even to me, it was super small, and it's scary. It honestly does terrify you.
And this is why I'm not an actor, because I couldn't do that. All right, well, I know you've done a lot of fun roles. I'm sure you have a ton of upcoming stuff. So what's next for you?
So I ended up booking a show, 13 Reasons Why.
Okay. Love that show. Big fan.
So that will be coming out this year, so look forward to it. Excited
to see that. Anything else? Any more movies?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Still working.
All right. Well, my last question. So you've done a lot of cool things. You've worked with Kevin Hart, The Rock, all these fun people. If you had one dream person to share the screen with, one actor, actress,
oh my God,
who would it be?
Right off the bat, Leonardo DiCaprio, 100%.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, I don't even I can't. That man, I've watched everything from him, and I admire him so much. Like that. My favorite.
All right,
absolutely.
Well, stay tuned. Maybe we'll see you sharing the screen with Leo someday.
Very soon.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mason, for joining us. Go ahead and tell people one more time where they can find you on all social media.
Oh, yeah, it's Instagram is where I'm usually posting the most, and it's at Mason Guccione, Guccione.
Gucci one.
Gucci one.
All right, well, thank you. And guys, I am your host, Morgan Willett. You can find me on Twitter at Morgan_Willett. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.